Most of us, if we were to just stop at some point during the day and pay attention to what was in our mind, I think we would often find just some random thought. We have these thoughts that kind of parade through our minds over and over and continuously, and we don't really know where these thoughts come from. There's a lot of controversy around that. But the National Science Foundation has done some research, and what they've discovered is that on average, the average person has about 12,000 thoughts a day go through their mind, which is interesting. What's more interesting is another survey or another study has determined that men speak about 15,000 words a day and women speak about 16,000 words a day. So what's really interesting about that is that we actually speak more words than we think in our heads, which is kind of scary if you think about it, but also not surprising. I mean, I know I often speak without thinking, as I think most people do. But really, whether we think about what we're going to say or not, the reality is that words are very powerful. That the words that we speak to others have profound influences that sometimes we're not even aware of. And one of the things that I think we don't think about enough is the impact that our words have. So, we can speak words that, whether we intend it or not, are, words that bring attention to ourselves, or even that will belittle other people or put other people at arm's length, or, do all kinds of, have all kinds of negative consequences. Or we can speak words that bring us together with other people, that build others up, that open our minds, that words that are in the form of questions. So really we have this choice, I think, in terms of our intention about what the impact our words are going to have. But I think it's worth reflecting on how powerful the word is. I talked on Saturday about a book, The Four Agreements, and I talked about the agreement that says always do your best. One of the other agreements in that book is be impeccable with your word. So Miguel Ruiz says that, if we can agree with ourselves to always be impeccable with our words, to always think about as much as possible the words that we're going to speak and the impact that they're going to have, that agreement can not only make us better people, but can improve the world around us. So Ruiz says, be impeccable with your word, speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So those are beautiful words. What I think Ruiz is really saying is that it's worth thinking about what we're going to say. So often we just speak without any kind of reflection or thought or consideration for the people around us. Ruiz goes on to say, your word, your ability to express ideas using language, is the most powerful tool you possess. How often do we properly use this power to say what we mean? Being impeccable with our word has nothing to do with holding back, rather always stating our truth with care and integrity. So Ruiz also says that, if we really speak with impeccability, we're going to tend to speak less. And I know some of us talk a lot more than others. But regardless of whether you're a big talker or somebody who tends to be quiet, I think the same thing applies to all of us, to really think about what we say, to think about the power of our words, and to use that power for good. And to really try to always avoid to use our words to harm or to hurt others. So think about your words today, and think about their power, and think about some good ones. And we'll see you later.
Maybe I should think before I talk. I get emotional and words come out all wrong. Sometimes I'm more honest than I want. So maybe I should think before. Maybe next time I'll think before I talk.